Yo, what up, what up, what up, what up? This is me reacting to Marathon's developer insight. Runner shells. I know this isn't a shooting, this isn't a fighting game, I know. You know me as a fighting game head. I play Street Fighter. I play Tekken. I got a couple streams up of Tekken. I got a couple streams up of Fatal Fury. But I want to get into the shooting game genre, and Marathon has been catching my eye. It has. It's been catching my eye. When Marathon first came out, I said, "Yo, this game can be special if done right." And things have fell off since then. But with the latest developments, I have been very, very, very pleasantly surprised, and I'm actually kind of excited to play a first-person shooter game such as this. Makers of Halo, makers of Destiny. Let's see what's going on with these runner shells. Let's see what's going on. Let's see if they updated the game. Let's see if I would actually make that $40 purchase and not just play fighting games.
Runner shells is what we're calling the bioprinted bodies that you, the runner, inhabit when you go down to Tau Ceti. Each of our launch shells is really an archetype of gameplay.
So abilities, passives, stat packages, married to a very distinct silhouette that then player...
They've upgraded the presentation. They've upgraded the look of the game. They've upgraded the colors. They've upgraded the enthusiasm of what the game's direction is. Let's keep it going. I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. And this is just 30 seconds in.
Can look at, 50, 60 meters away and say, oh, I know what that is. I know what that player is capable of. And I can start to think about how to counteract it.
One of the things we really want to do from
listen, the weapons look amazing, bro. Listen, this is the feel that Halo gave you. This is the feel that Destiny 1 gave you. I mean, people are still big fans of Destiny 2. People still play Destiny 2, but Halo, when we first seen Halo, we first seen that Spartan laser in our hand. You know what I'm saying? This game is gonna reignite those same type of nostalgic feels. I see that, and listen, man, I think Marathon's gonna last longer than a lot of people think. Yes, you got Arc Raiders. That's a third-person game. We need that first-person game that's gonna hold the mantle. And I think this one might be it. Let me not speak too soon though. But I don't know. By the end of this video, I might be placing my chips in that side of Poly Market. I might be placing my chips over there.
About how to counteract it.
One of the things we really want to do from the build crafting side is making sure that we're providing people ingredients instead of giving them a recipe. Figuring out what you want for your build that is unique, and you do that across cores, you do that across implants, you do that across weapon mods. Cores are powerful standalone perks that can be used in combination with each other to shift the gameplay style of your runner kit.
What does that say? Blast off deluxe core. Knockback no longer deals self-damage, instead propelling you away from the blast. So that's what that runner just did in that right here. That's what that runner just did.
Cores are powerful standalone perks that can be used in combination.
I wonder how much damage that does in the real game.
Style of your runner kit. We also want to make sure that there are interesting combinations of things that work together. But they have hooks that go out into
graceful landings. Prestige implant. Graceful landings. Version 5. Deal damage to nearby hostiles after a long fall.
But they have hooks that go out into the other systems, so you can create this like crazy.
Oh, so used as a combo. Okay.
Depending on your playstyle, if you're like someone who hangs back and likes to snipe, you're someone who likes close quarters combat and you're going to rush in, you're going to want to cater the items that you're finding differently.
The idea there is like have a broad spectrum that everyone can kind of find a little bit of a home to, and then we're going to build on top of that.
Runner Shell
Destroyer is
Destroyer.
aggressive, brutal, wears a modified futuristic version of the Mjolnir armor from the original trilogy.
The shell is designed to get into the fight as fast as possible and stay there. It comes equipped with thrusters on its legs that let it sprint faster, or you can use them for a quick lateral evade.
Yeah. This is gonna be a very popular show. You got a shield, you can run faster. Yeah. This is gonna be very popular. A very popular starter shell as well. I see that they're moving a different direction. Instead of having a hero shooter, they're doing shells. They're doing it's a little bit different than a hero shooter. I think they changed their direction, and I'm liking what I'm seeing, man. I'm getting that feel like, yo, I might be getting excited for this game. It comes out in March. A lot of things come out in the springtime. We need that first person shooter, man. I believe in you, Bungie. This is your last shot. I'm telling you, this is your last shot.
Comes equipped with thrusters on its legs that let it sprint faster, or you can use them for a quick lateral evade.
A riot barricade so that they
Yeah,
can
he's
generate
gonna be
presence
powerful.
and they can generate like almost like aggro for their team.
Prime ability is Search and Destroy, which activates shoulder-mounted missile pods that fire heat-seeking missiles.
They have a way to
Wait, what?
Shoulder-mounted missile pods.
almost like aggro for their team.
Prime ability is Search and Destroy, which activates shoulder-mounted missile pods that fire heat-seeking missiles.
That's crazy.
They have a way to lock down targets over sustained fire, which immobilizes them and allows your team to follow up.
Runner Shell number 2, the Assassin. I'm willing to bet this is probably a specialty class. It's gonna have cheap stuff, but you're not gonna be just starting out the game with the Assassin class. But I'm gonna see what it does. I'm gonna see what he does. This is not the run and gun type of shell, just off of me looking at this. He doesn't seem like the run and gun type of guy. Let's see what happens though. Let's see how they describe the Assassin.
Our Assassin Shell is built for players who like to play slow and quiet. It's very much a classic, backline infiltrator. It has a dive ability that can be used to negate fall damage from any height.
Their tactical
Yeah, this is gonna be very useful in this game with these high elevated positions and scenarios that you may have to run, scenarios that you may have to help teammates, scenarios that you may have to just switch your positions in the most safe way without taking damage. That is going to be very useful in game. This ability is going to be very useful in game.
Infiltrator.
It is.
It has a dive ability that can be used to negate fall damage from any height.
Their tactical
It might be the
ability
first
is
shell I
invisibility.
use,
You pull this
but
like
we'll see.
shroud of invis over yourself. You can sprint during it, you can mantle during it, but the faster you move, the more visible you're going to become. And if you take any
Hold on.
ability, you pull this like shroud of invis over yourself. You can sprint during it, you can mantle during it, but the faster you move, the more visible you're going to become. And if you take any actions, heal, shoot, get shot, you'll reveal yourself for a short duration. Their prime ability sends out this disc. It creates this like plumes of smoke that you can enter into, and when combined with their passive shroud, they go invisible when they enter smoke. The whole thing.
The Assassin, this is what the Assassin is going to be. The Assassin shell is going to be, is either going to be one of the most powerful shells in this game, or it's going to be the sleeper class. The class where if you don't know the enemy team has an assassin shell, if that assassin shell or that person that's using the assassin class is very good with the assassin, it can be a major monkey wrench on any team that's going against them. This game is going to be very interesting.
Here is like be invisible, be sneaky, and then enshroud the world in smoke.
Recon class, runner shell number 3. Let's see what he's talking about.
Originally, Recon was called internally Fun Police. That really is the core kind of fantasy. It's about hunting people down. It's about playing detective. If you want to find all the assassin shells on the map, Recon is the shell you want to use. It comes with a tracker drone that you can toss out a little spider friend that crawls along the ground and will track towards enemies and explode. And that explosion overheats the target.
They can't.
Yeah, that I already see what's going to happen with that. You see how fast that thing was moving? Look how fast this thing was moving. Look how fast this thing
Really
was
is
moving,
the
bro.
core shell you want to use. It comes with a tracker drone.
Also, you're going to need a recon class if there is a powerful assassin on the team. And just to counteract the assassin class, a recon shell might have to be meta, because an assassin class, just off the abilities alone, can really put a monkey wrench in the game. A monkey wrench on the teams that's trying to win, the monkey wrench on the teams that's trying to survive, the monkey wrench on the teams that's trying to loot. I don't know. The recon class might be meta.
You can toss out a little spider friend that crawls along the ground.
Look how
and will
fast that
track
thing is
towards
moving.
enemies
Look how fast that little bug is moving.
and will track towards enemies and explode. And that explosion overheats the target.
They can't move, they can't sprint, they're taking tick damage, and they like help you lock down a target so you can pursue them. And for their prime, Recon has this really awesome helmet that splits open, and they tap in these cool key codes. It opens up and pulses, and it sends out this like wave that detects both AI and players. And
Yeah. That's meta. That's already meta, bro. What is that? Is ult? What is that? The ult?
damage, and they like help you lock down a target so you can pursue them.
That's
And for their
meta, bro.
prime, Recon has this really awesome helmet that splits open, and they tap in these cool key codes. It opens up and pulses, and it sends out this like wave that detects both AI and players and marks them for you.
And when you break the shield of somebody as a recon shell, they leave holographic footprints behind. So even if they run away, you can follow that trail and they'll lead.
Yo. Nah, this is meta. This is one of the meta classes. If your shell is broken, if the recon class breaks the shell, I think that's what it says. If the recon class breaks the shell, you now see the opponent's footsteps until they regain their shield. You now see the opponent's footsteps until they regain their shield. Yo, that's crazy.
When you break the shield of somebody as a recon shell, they leave holographic footprints behind. So even if they run away, you can follow that trail and they'll lead right to them.
That's so
Finally,
creative.
awareness, where
I think Apex Legends had that similar ability. I think was it Bloodhound? I think the name of the class was, or the person was, in Apex Legends, where you could see footsteps and all that. But the way they doing it in this game is so Halo. It's so Destiny. It's so Bungie. It's so in that vein. I like that. I like that. You should be aware of who you're fighting. I think you should be aware of who you're fighting. In the singles games where people's playing solos, because I heard that there's solo and teams in this game. Teams of 3 and there's solos. I think it would be very the destroyer class is going to be very popular in the solo games. The Recon class is also going to be very popular in the solo games as well from right now. The assassin has already had, like, they already got a counter pick character. There's already a counter pick for the assassin, and that's the Recon class. Who's the counter pick for the destroyer, and who's the counter pick for the Recon class? I don't know.
You
I don't know.
get pinged, it'll actually tell you that someone like sees you. You won't know where, but you'll be able to be on high alert that somebody saw you.
Wait. When you get pinged, somebody know that they see you?
It'll actually tell you that some.
And when you break the shield of somebody as a recon shell, they leave holographic footprints behind. So even if they run away, you can follow that trail and they'll lead right to them.
And then finally awareness, where if you get pinged, it'll actually tell you that someone like sees you. You won't know where, but you'll be able to be on high alert that
Recon class is meta, bro. The Recon class is meta. The Recon class is meta. Come
somebody
on,
saw
man.
you in his market.
Runner shell number 4, the Vandal. This is another class that I want to play just because it's a chick and I just like playing with fast characters in the game. I'm pretty sure that this chick is going to be very fast. So the assassin class and the Vandal is probably my top choices. Vandal is probably going to be number 1 for me for right now. When I first seen Marathon, I said, yo, this Vandal class looks dope. Now I want to see how they improved on her specific traits, characteristics, skills, what she can do, what she can counteract. It seemed like Recon is number 1, but we gonna see.
Vandal is our shell that is, just by its very nature, more agile than our other shells. It has microjets that let it do a double jump. It has a power slide that goes
double jump.
Jets that let it do a
like
double
that.
jump. It has a power slide that goes
Yeah.
much further than our normal sprint slide.
Their prime overloads their movement system so they can commit and chain all those actions together. They're about getting in and out, causing chaos.
The arm cannon for Vandal unfolds and you find a big ass gun barrel inside. You can use it to knock people out of cover. You can use it to knock people off of buildings, which is way more fun than knocking them out of.
Oh yeah. See, you gotta make these games fun. I'm seeing a lot of fun things. Make the game fun. Make people want to play your game. Bungie, you are doing a good job. And I'm glad you guys had the willpower and the resolve to stick through that disaster of a September you guys had. I think it was September where it was like, yo, it's looking dark for y'all. It was September, August, October. It was like, yo, Marathon is cooked. Y'all got to go back to the drawing board. You guys went back to the drawing board in a freakishly fast way. And I think I want to see you guys be successful. I think I want to see y'all be successful. I want to see it. I want to see it happen. I've been dying for a good first-person shooter game. And if it's an extraction shooter, which is a game that I'm not really too crazy about because you die and you lose all your stuff. You die and you lose all your stuff. I don't know. But for right now, the fun factor is looking crazy.
Knock people out of cover. You can use barrel inside. You can use
This
it
is,
to
yeah, that's a
knock
good skill.
people out of cover. You can use it to knock people off of buildings, which is way more fun than knocking them out of cover.
The number of times we've knocked people off of field maintenance is like, this is a great thing.
The Thief. Something's telling me it's about to be another meta show. Something's telling me it's about to be another meta show.
Marathon is a game that is all about finding the best stuff on the map, so we felt like we needed to have a shell that was sort of built for the loot goblin fantasy. That is Thief to a T. Thief's trait ability is X-ray visor, where you flip down your visor, you can see containers through walls, you can see enemies that are within line of sight.
Oh, I'm liking the thief. I'm liking the thief. The thief has got to be one you got to keep in your back drawer. Like, if you really want to get this loot, get you two shells that are aggressive, a recon shell, an aggressive shell, and a thief shell. I need to see what the thief can do in combat though, because it looks like a hybrid recon, but you could also find loot. And in an extraction shooter, loot is very important. It is very important. But getting out of that area and getting extracted is also very important too. So you got to survive the gunfights. You can't forget about it. You got to survive the gunfights. What is the thief going to do to survive the gunfights?
Their prime is pickpocket drone, where they deploy this like elegant origami mechanicalized butterfly. It has like a mechanical whip that it can send out, and that knocks loot out of both players and AI, and then it can suck that loot back up with the same.
Oh my God. Even though this seems cheap, this is one of the coolest things and creative things I have seen a shooting game put into their game. This is dope. This is gonna piss some people off though. Let's get some gold loot out of here, and I'm pretty sure you could probably upgrade it to where you can knock gold loot out of somebody's backpack, and then you snatch it up. The balancing part of this is this helicopter can be shot, and the person that's using the helicopter, it has to make it back to the person that set out that helicopter. So this is another recon hybrid thing that the thief can use. And I'm pretty, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens.
A mechanicalized butterfly. It has like a mechanical whip that it can send out, and that knocks loot out of both players and AI, and then it can suck that loot back up with the same whip.
That shit is
or
so
you can
cool,
use
bro.
it for recon. You can fly around, you can ping, those pings are shared to your squad.
The thief shell also has a built-in grappling device that is embedded right in the forearm. You shoot it on a dart. Mid-flight, it unfolds. Also has a built-in grappling device that is embedded right in the forearm. You shoot it on a dart. Mid-flight,
That's
it unfolds into
hard.
this propeller that pulls you along, and you can swing away to.
That's, yo, listen. I got the thief, I got the assassin, the vandal. I might have to take out the assassin. I might have to take out the assassin. I got the thief, I got the vandal, and then I got recon. That is one of the three that I want to use first. It might be the thief.
Safety.
I like what the thief got going on, bro.
Handling and stats will go up as you fill the backpack. So the idea is to become a loot goblin, right? Steal as much as you can and get out.
Runner shell number 6, the triage. Triple. Triage 3. Triple threat. Let's see what it does. Listen. Everybody's still a free agent in my starting lineup, so anybody could get switched out.
The triage shell is our shell for support players. If you want to keep your allies kicking so they can kick back, we have triage for you.
They're equipped with these awesome like capacitive gauntlets where you activate them and then you can overcharge them and send out these tendrils that then like shock you back to life.
Oh no, this is meta. Oh no, this is one of the metas. This is meta. This is meta. You're gonna need a recon shell and a triage shell in your click. Recon and triage. I mean, it varies though. It depends on what you really want to do. If you just got all just straight wolves on your squad that just survives gunfights and straight monsters, and you might not need a triage, but it's good to have one just in case it gets ugly. He instantly revives you. That's kind of a meta skill. Instant revival is a meta skill in extraction shooters, team shooters, battle royale shooters. That's a meta skill, in my opinion. I could be wrong. I don't know. I'm just using common sense.
Recharge them and send
I
out
don't
these
know.
tendrils that then like shock you back to life. Their tactical ability, they actually have these giant drones attached to the legs, and they pull them out, and it's a little buddy. He's got a little face, and you give him a high five and send him on his way, and he'll come and hover over your shoulder and provide you with shields and health.
Triage.
That's another meta skill. That's just like Lifeline in Apex Legends. That's another variation of Lifeline. But everybody on your squad gets a med pack buddy. We're gonna call him a med kit buddy. That's another meta skill. Triage seems like another meta shell. It seems like it.
Giant drones attached to the legs, and they pull them out, and it's a little buddy. He's got a little face, and you give him a high five and send him on his way, and he'll come and hover over your shoulder and provide you with shields and health.
Triage is really a combat medic, so we knew we needed to give it an ability that was useful for firefights.
They've got two traits.
You're going to get into a firefight in Marathon. From what I see, how they changed the game up, where it seems more aggressive, it seems like Triage is going to be one of those shells where you're going to need one. You're going to need him. You're going to need a recon too. Recon and Triage is clinch. That's a clinched team of 3 setup already. Everybody else seems like, you know, you could variate. You could. It depends on what you want to do. The third member of the team you could just randomly pick. Recon and Triage, those seems like meta right now, and that can change. This is Runner Show number 6.
The first one is a trait ability called Battery Overcharge, where they overcharge their capacitive gauntlets, which makes their weapons performance better. And if you're using
What?
Where they overcharge their capacitive gauntlets, which makes their weapons performance better. And if you're using battery weapons specifically, breaking shields will EMP targets, and that becomes an on-ramp to like a whole new layer of build crafting.
Oh, that's a counteraction to the Destroyer show, the Runner show, the first show that had the shield. That's a counteraction. That's the counter pick. Eat up the show. You eat up the shield.
Have the second trait, Shareware, which is really cool, which is any buddies that have medi drones on them, any consumable you use will get like copied to them. So you kind of almost are this like battle medic that's like constantly running triage on your team.
Scavenger frame, Rook. What does that mean? What is a scavenger frame? We'll tune in, keep watching the video, and we'll find out.
Sometimes you just want to take a breather after a bunch of runs and just kind of go on a run to just see what happens. And Rook is really fun for that.
Picking Rook automatically opts you into queuing in solo. You're able to enter into a match in progress, and you're given a starting kit. You're not allowed to bring anything in. That's almost to your advantage because you risk nothing,
and this is how Bungie figured this out. They went to the back room. They went smoked some weed. I don't know what they did. They went and took some ayahuasca, took some mushrooms. They play in the game. They're like, yo, one of the main reasons people don't stick with extraction shooters is because it's too hard. They have to constantly put equipment on the line, right? They might die, lose all their equipment. What if you just put in a character that makes people just want to come into a already happening game, which means areas have already been looted, scavenged, there's only leftovers left. you don't have to risk nothing. And you just jump in, get your stuff, get out. You don't have to risk nothing. And you have the option to never risk anything. Arc Raiders has something similar to this. So I want to give Arc Raiders the credit. They have something similar to this. You could just jump into the game with a starter kit, not risk nothing. But you got to survive in order to get anything out of there. Maybe this modernized that same concept.
Anything you take out is yours to keep.
Instead of focusing on like progression and questing and things of that sort, it's a mode where we make it easy for you to just kind of drop into a match that's in progress and run about and try to scavenge as much as possible and get out with it so that you can populate your vault a little bit more for future runs.
Rook has a tactical ability that lets it blend in with UESC forces. So you activated, a little mask appears over your face, and you are not perceived by...
your vault a little bit more for future runs.
Rook has a tactical ability that lets it blend in with UESC forces. So you activated, a little mask appears over your face, and
That's
you are
dope.
not perceived by UESC as hostile.
Listen,
This lets you
objectively. For all those that watched this, if you ain't seen this video, or if you already seen this video that I'm reviewing or reacting to, you gotta admit, every single show that they put up is a net positive for this game. It's a net positive for the game. Every single change that I've seen is a net positive. Objectively speaking, this game might have a really good shot at the major leagues. It might. It didn't before 6 months ago. 4 or 5 months ago. It did not. It lost all its momentum. Right now, it has a chance. It has a shot.
get in, grab a little bit of loot, and then bail.
One of the things that I've really enjoyed about Rook is the added tension. Midway through a session, even though you've known like a few crews got taken out, or maybe you've taken out crews yourself, you don't know how many new players get injected through Rook.
Ultimately, Rook is a morality test, so you have a couple of options when you see a Rook. Either you're a decent person and you drop them a piece of loot and let them be on their merry way, or you are a monster and you blast.
Oh, and the game has proximity chat. Listen, a lot of people is going to be turned into memes, clips. Like, it's going to happen. So as a Rook player, whoever you are, I'll probably be playing Rook quite a few times during the game. Everybody's going to be touching on Rook. Pause. Everybody's going... Whoa, pause. Everybody's going to be playing with Rook. I suggest you don't get caught by no players. Do not get caught. Especially if they're streamers. They're going to turn you into a clip. This is guaranteed.
On the face. And I'm not going to say which one I am. I blast a lot of Rooks.
This game has a bright future. It does. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Tune in next time. Tune into my podcast, Think Pieces and Conversations, every week. At least once a week, at least. I'm out of here, dog.